Hello, welcome back to Auto Pop Culture. Today we're going over Black Eyed Peas' 8th album called Translation. So, I have been a pretty big Black Eyed Peas fan. I honestly didn't get into them until Funk, and I know there was like Bridging the Gap and stuff like that, and those other two, which I heard the popular songs or the singles from those albums, but I never actually heard I actually listened to the full album. So, and I already know, but I do know the gist of their sounds in the beginning, and then we went to Funk where it got more popish, and we had Fergie as addition, and then it went on for a while, and then, I want to say, the beginning was the last Fergie featured album before she went off and did her own thing, and then they came back with their 7th album called Masters of the Sun Volume 1, where they went back into deeper hip-hop and more, not just hip-hop, but underground kind of sound of hip-hop that you would hear in like the 90s and kind of early 2000s kind of direction. So I feel like they had that sound, and it really, really sounded nice. I wasn't really reviewing songs at that time, or albums at the time, but I thought it was okay. It just wasn't really speaking to me, and I can already see the decline of their kind of population, especially after the end. I feel like the end was great, but then it started, I feel like they tried to come back with the same sound with the beginning, and it just didn't really translate right to me personally. And I feel like it was good. There's some good songs in it, but it's just it's the same type of thing, because it felt like they knew this is what people liked, so let's do another album with the same thing. And it kind of sounded like The End Part 2 in a way. Anyway, so let's get to this album. So this album itself is a Spanglish type of album. It's infused by a lot of Latin groups, Latin singers, and a lot of reggaeton, and it has a lot of kind of Latin sound to it, and they really lean into it further by giving you a lot of samples with that have Latin sounds in that direction as well, including some classic Latin music as well. So, and I feel like, honestly, I can kind of sum this up. I had a lot of feelings about this album. So, I feel like the thing about this album, the idea is great. I love the idea of them mixing up, where it's Spanish, it's English, it's all of it. And they really go well of pronouncing things and hitting the notes perfectly, and using Spanglish in the best way, and it really works well. And they have great features like Balvin and who else? Ozuna, Ray Soul, who I never heard of, but she is killing it with her vocals, background vocals, feature vocals, and all of it, and all in one. And pretty much I feel like she becomes a Fergie of this album, which just kind of makes me a little upset, because it's just I hope you're either keeping her, or you're looking for another female, person to add to your group, because I don't really understand why they always have to pull in females for the background songs, which was good until that one video I came across that was talking about how this woman did that was the original female vocal was just being was doing great, but then they kind of stuff got crazy in her direction, and she wasn't really taking, and it wasn't really much known about her being it. And so we knew about Fergie because she was face front, and I feel like that's a great idea, having a fourth person member in the group that's a female that can kind of balance that kind of male dominated direction. And I think they know that. That's why they had Ray Soul in this way more often than a feature. So I don't know. I feel like if anything, maybe they need a woman that also can rap, but not kind of give it it's a white woman rapping. Maybe they need a Latina, or maybe they need a black woman to get into it, because maybe it'll still give you that hardness that they're looking for, but still easy for the mainstream to collect. And I think that's exactly what they're looking for in this album. So some of the honestly, the production in this album is amazing. I love the production of this album. The samplings in the first song, the RITMO, Bad Place for Life, that one had features of 3. It sampled, it sampled 3 songs. It sampled Rhythm of the Night with the Corona, You Know You Like It with DJ Snake, and Whoop, There It Is. And that was great. Like, you got pieces of it, and it really mixed in and blended very nicely. I feel like Mamacita did the same thing with La Isla Bonita with Madonna. I feel like that did a good job. Everything was going so well. Shakira's song, Girl Like Me, was really, really nice. I love that. I love her. She did a great job. She still impresses me with her sound, because I think she doesn't really give you all of her vocal range, but when she wants to, she gives it to you. You're like, whoa, when did you have this? And she always had it. She's just selective in when she gives it out. Yeah, so I like it all. I like most of the songs. I feel like when you get down to number 9, which is Todo Bueno, featuring Piso 21, I drifted off. I kind of just drifted off into a different world for a minute, because I felt like Tonta Love, which J. Ray Soul, was a good song, but it was just mostly her, but after a while it just started sounding the same, and I feel like that's exactly where I started falling apart. Like, it just started just going on and on and on with the same side of sound. There wasn't a switch up, there wasn't any like breathing, resting moment to where you can go back into the beat. I feel like that wasn't really happening. And then fortunately it got better with Dora Hard. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing any of these Spanish words right, but so forgive me. With Becky G, I felt like that was a good one. That one brought the energy back, but I felt like it fell flat again after number 11 and with French Montana. And then it came back again with the production change with other producers. So another it feels like they decided to, for the last 2 songs, last 3 songs, they let somebody else produce, and it wasn't just will.i.am. And Rushan comes into for I Woke Up, which was a really good song. Great production with Get Loose Now. There's a great interlude kind of production in a way. Like, there wasn't really much going on in that song other than just like a hype kind of thing, which is great. I love that interlude the best way that Black Eyed Peas can do it, which is kind of funny. It's just like, you want an interlude, this is how we do it, and I love it. I love that one. Action, the production is amazing. I love the production. DJ Snake did a great job, but I felt like it didn't really go anywhere. Production, like the production of it is good, but I felt like the pre-chorus and the chorus was kind of just like a bit annoying. I just didn't I didn't like it. Just, it was repetitive, and you had to ride through it before we got to the next verse, which is, by the way, in most of these songs, there's like 3 verses, and I love that everybody has their own verse. I think that's great. I'm glad that will.i.am is not the only one that's taking the spotlight. Everybody gets their own little space, but I felt like after a while, it gets a little tiring. The song, I constantly looked at songs a couple times, just like, is this done yet? I was like, oh, okay, I have 10 seconds left, or I have 30 seconds left, and just like, geez, it just goes on, because everybody has a verse, not just a verse, a long verse. And I feel like there's always different ways to do that. One of the ways is to have one of the people, if there's 3, one of the people is the bridge, or they are the chorus, so it kind of blends in a little more to where you don't see the pattern coming all the time, and you're just like, gotta get ready, gear up for this one, because this is gonna be a longer song, because it's 3 long verses, you know? Those are the parts I did not like, and I did not like that I felt like the features did a great job. Features killed it. Tyga, who came in, killed it.
Becky G just ran over that fucking, like, song. Like, she killed it completely. And then I felt like once you got into it, it still has some weird misogynistic pieces into it, which wasn't as hard as they used to do. Like, they used to get a little much worse, but now it's lessened down, but still there, which is why I think there needs to be a fourth person kind of even it out for the masculine kind of energy, or at least try to find a way to where the energy can expand a little more, so we're not on one way type of road kind of thing. With all of that said, one thing that pulled me out of it and made me think, like, oh my god. Of course, you ended with a great song, was number 15, News Today. And I really, really love that song. It's completely relevant. It's completely recent. And it's talking about coronavirus, Trump, Black Lives Matters, and, what was the other thing? Immigration, and just, like, tons of issues that are going on at this moment. And I think that's great. I think that's the best song politically and lyrically of the whole album. And it reminds me of the time where when they were more political. And I think in this one they were more political in the other album, the Masters of the Sun. So it only is right that they have a break of a album that's not political, but is worldly, which is, I think, where they're trying to go for more of a worldly direction. And give you a little type of twist of what they can do, which is a great job. They did a good job in that production-wise. I just felt like there was some lengthy parts in this album that could be shortened, and I felt like, as much as they're lengthy, because I drifted off, by the time I got back to it, on the second half, it was on to the next song, because there was no breaks. You go to the next song immediately, which is cool. I love that. If the songs are a little shorter, to where I can be surprised by that. Like, people like Chloe and Halle, their album, The Ungodly Hour, I felt like that was short, sweet, to the point, yet everything that's being said, the songs went to the next one very quickly, but you knew you had a bit of a wave that you were riding with them. This one, I felt like the wave was being controlled by them and not with us. You know, we weren't riding with them, we were riding, they were pulling us on the journey, and I felt like it could have gave me a little more, I'll speak for myself, give me a little more relaxing, or moment to, like, I don't know, speed up the process a little more. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it in that way, but it just felt like there were some lengthy parts that just went on and repetitive. I do get props to the whole, samples, but I just felt like it just wasn't really giving me what I was looking for, and that, I don't know how to say this, but I'm rambling. Anyway, the whole point is that it didn't really feel like it felt like it went on, and it was on repetitive at a couple of times in this. So, with that said, I give this album a 6 out of 10. Because I like the beat, though. I give it a 7 out of 10. I'll give you 7, no, 6 out of 10. I need to be 4. I need to just stand my ground. 6 out of 10 is what I'm giving it, because it definitely needs a lot of improvement in that direction, but all in all, the beats are amazing. The features are killing it. The idea is great. So that's pretty much it. And I would love to know more about J. Ray Soul. That's pretty much it. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought about the album. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Tell me why. And I'll see you all in the next video.